Ever wondered how the USA tracked down Osama bin Laden? This question has birthed numerous discussions, debates, and even a plethora of Hollywood flicks. However, to truly comprehend the answer, we need to travel back to an era of shock, apprehension, and determination. The aftermath of the tragic September 11th attacks. Amid the chaos and heartbreak, the United States was left grappling with a singular, pressing question. Where was Osama bin Laden, the mastermind of this atrocious act of terror? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Vision Vibes, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of how USA tracked down Osama bin Laden. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you're in the right place to learn something new and exciting. In answer to this looming query, a dedicated team was established within the protective layers of the Central Intelligence Agency. This team, known as the ALEC Station, was not an ordinary group of individuals, but a melange of exceptionally talented and committed officers from various fields. It was comprised of veteran intelligence officers, young and ambitious agents, counter-terrorism experts, seasoned military personnel, and tech wizards, each bringing a unique skill set to the table. They were armed with the state-of-the-art technology, cutting-edge surveillance equipment, and a massive reservoir of intelligence data, making them a formidable tracker of bin Laden. Their sole unwavering mission? Track down bin Laden. However, the task was far from easy. The world is an unfathomably large place, and bin Laden had an uncanny ability to remain hidden. The initial stages of the hunt were riddled with challenges and setbacks. They were faced with incomplete or inaccurate intelligence, lack of cooperation from foreign agencies, and a labyrinth of false leads and dead ends that seemed to scatter their efforts. But each failure, each disappointment only served to fuel their determination, solidifying their willpower to accomplish the mission. Regardless of the challenges, the ALEC Station remained relentless. Their task was akin to finding a needle in a haystack, but they were prepared to sift through every straw, every tiny piece of hay. From the barren mountains of Afghanistan to the bustling streets of Pakistan, no stone was left untouched. They delved deep into bin Laden's past, his associations, his habits, and potential hideouts, navigating their way through a complex maze of information and misinformation. It was a global game of cat and mouse, with stakes as high as they can get. Yet even with the best intelligence, superior technology, and a team of exceptional individuals, bin Laden remained a phantom figure. A shadow slipping through their fingers just as they thought they had him within reach. Thus the hunt continued, from days to weeks, weeks to months, and months to years. But the team never faltered. They understood that their mission was not only about justice, it was about closure, about healing the wounds, about standing tall against terror, and not on our watch. The hunt was on, but bin Laden was proving to be a slippery target. In 2007, a major breakthrough occurred. This was the year when a crucial piece of information emerged. A name that would become a fundamental link in the chain leading to the most wanted man in the world, Osama bin Laden. This name belonged to a courier, known only by his pseudonym Al-Kuwaiti. Al-Kuwaiti was no ordinary courier, he was bin Laden's lifeline, his connection to the outside world. He was the one who carried messages to and from the secluded compound where bin Laden was hiding. A needle in a haystack? More like a grain of sand in the Sahara. So, how did the US intelligence come across this crucial link? Well, it was no easy feat. It was a combination of rigorous intelligence gathering, spycraft, and a dash of luck. Detainees at Guantanamo Bay, the US military prison, provided the first clues about this courier. While his real identity remained unknown, his importance was not underestimated. The intelligence community began an exhaustive and painstaking process of tracking this elusive individual. They sifted through mountains of data, followed countless leads, and kept their eyes peeled for any sign of Al-Kuwaiti. A task like this requires immense patience. Imagine trying to find a single specific leaf in a forest, knowing that it could be anywhere, on any tree, fallen on the ground, or swept away by the wind. That's the kind of challenge they were up against. But they didn't falter. They were relentless, determined. It was not just about hunting down one man, it was about justice. It was about closure. A closure that the world was desperately seeking after the tragic events of September 11, 2001. Slowly but surely, the pieces started to fall into place. They traced calls, followed movements, and finally pinpointed a location. A compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. A place that would soon become the center of the world's attention. It was a game of patience and determination, and it was about to pay off. The stage was set, the pieces were in place, The final act was about to begin. The courier led the CIA to a suspicious compound in Abbottabad. This compound was no ordinary residence. It was a fortress-like structure sprawling across an area nearly 8 times larger than the neighboring homes. High concrete walls topped with barbed wire enclosed it, and there were 2 security gates. Interestingly, the compound had no phone or internet connections, a peculiarity that piqued the interest of the intelligence community. The compound's design and security measures seemed excessive for an average Pakistani home. It was built to ensure privacy and security, with few windows facing the outside, and the 3rd-floor terrace had a 7-foot privacy wall. Even the trash was burned within the compound, a practice not common in the area. The CIA initiated covert surveillance of the compound using satellites, human intelligence, and possibly even drones. They observed the residents' behaviors, looking for any signs that could confirm the presence of bin Laden. The inhabitants lived a remarkably secluded life, which was unusual and raised further suspicions. Among the circumstantial evidence was the presence of a man known as the Pacer, who would frequently walk in the compound's courtyard. His height and behavior matched the descriptions of bin Laden, but it was impossible to confirm his identity from the distance. Yet, it wasn't just the physical aspects of the compound that caught the CIA's attention. The courier who led them here was a known associate of bin Laden, and his decision to live in such a fortress-like compound was intriguing. Plus, the compound was constructed in 2005, around the time when intelligence reports suggested bin Laden had moved to this area. Every piece of circumstantial evidence pointed towards the presence of a high-value target, possibly bin Laden himself. Yet, there was no definitive proof, no smoking gun. The intelligence community had to rely on their analysis, instincts, and a good amount of calculated risk. The compound was a fortress, raising both suspicions and expectations. The stakes were high, and so were the hopes. The hunt for bin Laden was entering its most crucial phase. With all pieces of the puzzle in place, it was time for action. The moment had arrived for the execution of what would be known as Operation Neptune Spear. The planning stage was meticulous and exhaustive. The Central Intelligence Agency, along with the US military, had to ensure that every detail was considered, every contingency planned for. The operation was designed to be a surgical strike, a swift and precise action to capture or neutralize the world's most wanted man. The task fell to the elite Special Operations Force of the US Navy, the SEAL Team 6. These men were the best of the best, trained to handle high-risk operations that others might find impossible. They were given the responsibility of executing a mission on foreign soil, deep within the heart of Pakistan, a mission fraught with unimaginable risks. The operation began late at night on May 1, 2011. 2 modified Black Hawk helicopters stealthily crossed the Pakistan border carrying 23 SEALs and a Belgian Malinois dog named Cairo. The objective was a compound in Abbottabad, a city not far from the capital, Islamabad. The operation wasn't without complications. One of the helicopters crash-landed within the compound due to an unexpected shift in temperature and air density. Quick thinking and adaptability, hallmarks of the SEALs, ensured that the mission continued despite the setback. The team breached the compound, neutralizing resistance as they moved towards their primary target. In a matter of 40 minutes, the operation was concluded. Osama bin Laden, the man behind the horrific attacks of September 11th, was no longer a threat. The SEALs, despite the risks and challenges, had accomplished their mission with no casualties on their side. The world would wake up to a new reality the next day. A reality where the person responsible for one of the world's most devastating terrorist attacks had finally been brought to justice. Against all odds, the mission was a success. Before the operation could be executed, there was a lot of groundwork to be done. The Central Intelligence Agency and the US military had to meticulously plan every detail of the operation. This planning stage was exhaustive, considering every possible outcome, every conceivable obstacle. From the choice of the SEAL Team 6, the elite Special Operations Force, to the specific equipment to be used, every aspect was carefully deliberated. The SEALs themselves underwent rigorous training to prepare for the mission. They trained in a replica of the compound, familiarizing themselves with its layout, practicing their entry and exit strategies, and preparing for potential enemy encounters. They studied the intelligence gathered about the compound and its inhabitants, learning the routines and patterns that would help them execute their mission with precision. Beyond the physical training, the SEALs also prepared mentally, understanding the gravity of their mission and the potential risks involved. Alongside this, strategic considerations were made, contingency plans put in place. Every possible eventuality was considered, from equipment malfunction to unexpected enemy resistance. All this preparation was crucial not just for the success of the mission, but also for the safety of the team. With these preparations complete, the stage was set for Operation Neptune Spear. The world was unaware of the monumental event that was about to unfold, an event that would change the course of history. With the preparation complete, it was time for action. As the moon hung low in the Pakistani night, two stealth Black Hawk helicopters carrying the members of SEAL Team 6 approached the compound. Flying low to avoid radar detection, they arrived at the compound undetected. The first helicopter hovered above the compound, its rotors whispering in the night. The SEALs fast roped down, quickly, silently, like specters. Meanwhile, the second helicopter landed inside the compound's walls. The operation was in full swing. The SEALs moved with precision and speed, their movements a testament to their rigorous training. They cleared the compound room by room, their hearts pounding in their chests. The air was thick with tension, the silence punctuated only by the soft whispers of their commands. Then, in one of the upper rooms, they encountered bin Laden. There was a brief exchange of gunfire, and then, silence. Bin Laden was dead. With their primary objective complete, the SEALs moved to the extraction phase of the operation. They collected intelligence materials from the compound, a treasure trove of information on Al-Qaeda's operations. They loaded bin Laden's body onto one of the helicopters, and with a final sweep of the compound, they boarded the aircrafts. The helicopters lifted off, leaving the compound behind. As they flew back to Afghanistan, one of the SEALs took a picture of bin Laden's body for identification purposes. Back at their base, the picture was compared with known images of bin Laden, and the CIA analysts confirmed his identity. The operation was a success, but it was not without its tense moments. Yet, in the end, the meticulous planning, the rigorous training, and the bravery and precision of the SEALs paid off. Operation Neptune Spear had achieved its objective. The operation's success was more than just a military victory. It was a profound moment in history, a turning point in the international fight against terrorism. With the death of Osama bin Laden, the man who had orchestrated some of the most horrific terrorist attacks in history, a significant blow was dealt to Al-Qaeda and global terrorism. Bin Laden was more than just a figurehead. His charismatic leadership and ruthless tactics had drawn many to the cause of Al-Qaeda. His death sent a resounding message to the world that those who perpetrate acts of terror will be held accountable no matter how long it takes. But the operation's aftermath wasn't without controversy. Questions arose about the legality of the operation, with some critics arguing that international law had been violated. The United States maintained that the operation was an act of national self-defense, a stance that was generally accepted by the international community. The political and social implications were far-reaching. The success of the operation boosted America's international standing and demonstrated the effectiveness of its intelligence and military capabilities. It also sparked a wave of patriotism and a sense of closure for many Americans who had lived through the trauma of the September 11th attacks. Yet the death of bin Laden did not spell the end of Al-Qaeda or global terrorism. In fact, it led to the emergence of even more extremist groups such as ISIS that continue to pose a significant threat to global security. The fight against terrorism is an ongoing struggle, requiring continued vigilance and cooperation among nations. In the end, the operation to eliminate Osama bin Laden was not just about bringing a single man to justice. It was a testament to the power of intelligence, patience, and precision. It underscored the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity and the relentless pursuit of justice, even in the face of formidable challenges. The operation to eliminate Osama bin Laden was a testament to the power of intelligence, patience, and precision. That's all for today, folks. Remember to keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep pushing your limits. Until next time, take care and happy how USA tracked down Osama bin Laden. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe for more related videos like this, like the video which will help to motivate us, and share the video with friends and family.